All right, and we're live. Welcome to another episode of Nanteleod's Legacy, a Pendragon campaign set in the Kingdom of Escavalon in the region of Cambria, which is modern-day Wales. The year is 499, and we have two different stories going on simultaneously that we're going to go back and forth to. One set in Escavalon, which I guess I can show the map real quick. Give everyone a sense. So in the city of Carlion, depending on how you want to pronounce it, which is not there. Why is that Cardiff? There you go. That's because you guys took a boat from Cardiff. That's right. So Group A is in Carlion. They're participating in a tournament, which was actually one of our players' ideas. Sir Collis Wergar posed it. And it's a tournament to sort of stay battle ready and to prepare for mass battle, because Escavalon really hasn't participated in a major war in a while. It's been a minute. I think their biggest full-scale war in recent years would have been during King Aurelius Ambrosius' time. So before even Uther. Uther's brother, basically, when he was king. So that's Group 1, and that participating in that is Sir Rain, Sir Paulus, and Sir Rune. Group B took a trip down to Cardiff, and by boat started to cross this what should be fairly narrow waterway to Summerland. They ran aground and found themselves in very strange land, covered by
mud.
Yeah, mud and barren lands, and no sight of any water really nearby. And that's where we left off. Before we dive in, and so I can have the last couple bites of my food, why don't we do some introductions? We'll start with Yampa.
What is up, Yampa? Playing Saroon. Just hoping to stay on the field and maybe Batista Bombster Eto. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
The guy outsizes you. Doubles your size, but yeah, go ahead, Batista Ball.
Wergar.
Alright guys, Wergar here, playing Sir Collis again. Great to be back, and definitely looking forward to trying to beat my cousin and his team in the tournament.
Awesome. Some good old family rivalry. That's what Pendragon's all about. Drax.
Yeah, Drax playing Sir Rain, and I'm hoping to be able to tangle with Sir Lane, because that would be awesome. Though I will probably lose.
Yeah, we'll see. Depends on how much your dice hate you.
My dice hate me all the time, you know that.
Yeah, that's right. We'll go to Bert.
I am Bert, also known as the La Bruja, and I will be playing a bit of the Sir Comic here, who is taking this pilgrimage very seriously, because this is his thing. That's and right. Now I've been forced to babysit my cousin along the way.
If you ask him, I think he'd say that he's babysitting you. That'd be my guess. Fair enough.
You didn't even bring a sword.
Exactly. This is the good competitive friendliness that I love. Trent.
Hello, I'm Trent. I'll be playing Sir Guldir, who is a delightful idiot, and is currently riding away from a boat into, I don't know. And I understand the weird statement, riding away from a boat, but that is what is happening.
Yep. That's fair. And we'll go last but not least, Cyberbro.
All right, how's it going? I am Cyberbro. I am playing Lucius Julius Julianus, the squire with the mostest, and your favorite little brother.
Actually, he is my favorite little brother.
And if you're watching for the first time, I'm Bob. This is Pendragon, set in the period of anarchy, which is what Thomas Mallory called it. It was one line in the book, but it's a lot of time in game years for the Great Pendragon campaign, set between the death of King Uther, and all his major lords, and at the hands of the infamous feast, where they were all promptly poisoned. And the coming of the once and future king, and that is where we'll go from there. All right, let's go ahead and dive back in. We're gonna pick up where we left off because we're real close to a sort of pause point with the battle. So we're gonna plow through that. I did some updating to make my life / your lives a little more straightforward and easy. Let me see if I can get that battle music that I paused going again, if I can find it easily. Is it this? No, it's different combat music, isn't it? I feel like I had a different one going. See if I can find it. Fighting. There we go. This. Nope, that's also not it. I'm just showing you guys the full playlist. Maybe it was. Was it that funky music I was just playing there? Hold on.
Play that funky music.
Trying a couple things. Nope, definitely not that.
But
Let's see. There's only so many options.
and you're gonna go through all of them.
I am. So I've gone through most of them already. Let's try this one. I like that. Do that.
Yeah.
Why not? That's not it either. Oh, hold on. I think I found it.
Think you found it?
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. Okay. Let's bring us back to the turning field and take a look at what we got going here. Okay, so just a bit of a recap. And I did my best to kind of take some notes and watch the video briefly. So we had Sir Rain and Sir Lane had really bad rounds last round, where both almost were unhorsed and neither was unhorsed. Up north, Justin and Mathonmi are both doing well, but it looks like Mathonmi has a slightly upper hand at this point. Probably thanks to having a fairly skilled knight in Sir Locke in his support. Ithil has been absolutely dominating so far from what we've seen, and Collis as well has been doing good. Rune's facing a particularly bad situation as Collis basically undoes Cadrigan, forcing Cadrigan's group to have to retreat into the flank. So for one round, Sir Rune is going to be heavily outnumbered and having to deal with the consequences of that. And that is where we're picking up this round. So let's go ahead and...
Go, Rude. Go, Rude.
Right? We're going to go back to the top of the round. This is... You guys have been fighting for hours at this point. That's kind of how this plays out. And I'm going to get all of you to do a quick test on tourney. I'll give you a +5 because the rules were explained in advance.
What's it start at by default? Are you doing things with that? Nice.
Oh, great.
There you go.
Does it start at 0 when you create your character? Or
2, I
is it
think.
level 2? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll correct that on my sheet then.
And okay, that's Rune, and then Rain's correcting. Okay. So we'll give this to Collis. You know this is your last round for the day. Like one way or the other, it's nearing late afternoon. They will pause. There will be another feast, and they will resume the next day until there is a deciding factor of a leader involved. It's kind of how this event is set up. So just bearing in mind whatever you want to do, you know that it's kind of going to reset effectively. They'll balance out the numbers. If one side hasn't folded, they'll balance out the numbers for the next time. Okay, let's go ahead and rip down the list. So we'll save the NPCs. We'll see how they're doing later. but let's start with like the zooming in on the player characters. We're gonna start with Rain.
Okay.
All right. So you, sir, get to decide whether you're gonna go. Let me grab my book. Kicking around.
I was fighting valorously before, yeah. So I will probably continue that while I try to search for Sir Elaine.
The lovely starter set.
Yeah. Because I want to go after Sir Elaine.
Okay. That's a really good thing to note. So the intensity of the battle is set at 10 by default. So here's how it's actually going to work. Now that I read the rules better and refresh myself. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to see who from Elaine's group you're fighting by default. So we set the encounter. I don't even know how to try to pronounce that. Cecil? Cecil?
Sea salt.
Cecil.
Salt.
Sea salt. Yeah.
There's sea salt.
All right. Okay. So this is your opponent by default, and now I have to challenge. I roll a d20 versus 12 as a GM. Passes. So what passes means is, you are locked into, because the intensity is 12. You're locked into this scenario. You can try to make a battle test to I think you're allowed to make a battle test even if you're locked in at that number.
Okay.
Like if you're locked in that encounter. Game Master rolls unopposed against the battle intensity value. If the roll is successful, the chosen encounter is set. If the roll fails, the player knight have the opportunity to set a different encounter. A fumble generates the opportunity of the Game Master to choose. Okay. Players who wish to make this change may roll battle to choose a different encounter.
And basically the only way to find them is on a crit, right?
For Elaine, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then if I fail that, then it's either that guy or another one, or I just ain't it.
Yeah,
either
like if
way.
you don't like, so you even see the opponent you're facing down, so you can feel free to look at his
Yeah.
stats.
No, I'm
and
fine with that. I just
Yeah.
I want to try to find the lane, so
Yeah. You can make a battle roll.
Okay.
Fumble's really bad, but
Yeah.
if you crit, you still find the lane.
all right, let's see what we got. Hey, look at that.
Hey.
All right,
Yeah.
we're getting into some drama here. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Good way to
Okay.
start the night.
Just go beat up one of the king's officers. That'll.
I'm
turn out
gonna
really
get
well, I
wrecked.
reckon.
I mean, Rune's over there saying he's gonna Batista bomb Ethel. And still,
It's all about
as
confidence,
much as I
baby.
want him to succeed.
It's true.
That just ain't gonna happen.
I'm not gonna seek him out. I'm just talking trash.
And I guarantee that if he does,
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Cormac will come back
Let
with
me
his
at him. Let me at him.
sledgehammer.
Hold me.
Yeah.
Let me at him.
Yeah, exactly. While slowly crawling behind your friends.
Slowly stepping back.
100%. All right. Are you gonna impassion yourself, sir? This is the
I don't-
enemy.
Yeah. I will try to impassion with Loyalty Lord.
And how were you fighting? Were you fighting
It's
recklessly?
valorous.
Valorously?
No, valorously. Yep.
2 rounds of exchanges you have with him then.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll go for my passion first.
Yep.
See how that works. That passed. That's good. I need all the help I can get right now.
Yep.
So did he.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun. All right, and then I just roll whatever attack I'm doing, and we already
Yes.
did a charge. So
Yeah,
it's
you can't charge. You're
melee at
locked
this
in.
point.
You're locked in melee. The only way you can charge
Alright.
is to spend a whole round retreating, which your
Right.
army might not love you very much if you.
All right.
Yeah.
Then I will engage him with my sword.
You can use spear, you just can't charge.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, that's good. That's they're both the same skill. Just a character's more of a sword guy once
Yep.
he gets in the fray. So, okay, that is really low. A fumble from him would be amazing right now.
I'll spoil. He can't fumble. with
I
that
know he
+5.
can't. I know.
Yeah.
I know. He won that one by a lot.
Yeah, you did.
That's not a lot of damage though.
No,
In
it's
fact,
not.
that
It's
won't
pretty
even
low.
get through your armor. So,
Yep.
is it over your dex though, or over
My-
your size? I mean,
My size.
Is that taken into account the rebated?
yeah. Before rebated, you challenge knockdown, and then
My size
rebated
is
comes in.
exactly 16. So
I think tie goes to the size, if I remember correctly. Is that correct,
Go-
Trent? On a size test for horsemanship, does size win a tie? Do you recall?
I will check for you.
I hope so.
We'll pause in dramatic fashion.
dun, dun.
Yeah. Like the camera pauses and there's a
They're both like this, and it does like a 360
around
around
us.
them.
Yeah.
Some bad Zack Snyder moment.
equal to or greater than size.
Okay.
Equal to, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if it's equal to, you have to challenge horsemanship. Don't forget you're impassioned.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
You stay on horse. All right, and we might as well do your second exchange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I stay impassioned for this or no?
You do for this battle
Okay.
round.
Okay. Then sword it is again. Hopefully a better roll this time. No.
Roll 1.
No, he got me
No.
again. That's all right.
Really bad damage though. My rolls
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
are garbage, so that's good.
That's nothing.
That's under your size. Okay, so you're gonna end up in that exchange. Neither of you defeats each other. He's gonna end up with I+1, and you're gonna end up with I of -1.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep. Okay.
If you want to get better, you gotta challenge the best.
Yeah, he's not a slouch, especially in impassioned. He's not a slouch. So, you see a look in his eye. There's a look I don't think you've ever seen from him. He's usually cool and collected, but when he's fighting you this time, there's a look of passion in his eye. It just catches your attention because he's usually quite stoic. Yeah. Leave it at that. Dramatic moment. We're gonna rip down.
Yeah, I
to-
mean, Rain's essentially doing the same. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way it is. Yeah.
Yep.
He's very similar. Yeah.
It's what knights do. It's what knights do. We'll cut to Rune next. You're fighting. Do you want to try and seek out Ithil? I will note that Ithil's on. You got Ithil's unit crashing into your front, and Colos's unit really doesn't have any choice but to crash into your flank. Like it's just what he should do. I'm assuming Colos, you will drive into the flank. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's
Um,
how it's like to hit it from behind.
Why don't we ask this? Why don't we check with both of you if you're looking for anyone and you're looking to change? I will note that because we locked in, because I rolled over intensity or under intensity, you have to crit to like find someone specific, right? But you can still test it if you want to try and seek someone out. And I'll give you both your opponents. So let's do it this way. Right. So this is Callus's opponent coming up. By default. And we'll save actually. We'll figure out who Rune's opponent is in a second because it could be someone from Ithil's or it could be someone from Callus's.
Oh,
Actually, I have to present you with something. So give me. I'm gonna say 1 through 5 is Ithel's group, and a 6 is Colossus' group, just because Ithel's was already engaged with you already. You were already engaged with Ithel. Okay, it's you have an opponent from Ithel's group to start with. Someone by the name of Tristan, and no, it's not Tristan from Tristan and Isolde.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is too weak. He doesn't exist yet.
I mean, I'm being surrounded. He's already fighting recklessly. There's no time to search for anyone. At this point, it's just survive. He's just gonna stick with this Tristan individual.
Okay. You're not afraid of the stats. You're happy with the stats.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Collis?
I think Sir Collis would probably try to find Sir Rune, like he was trying to find Sir Cadigan.
Okay, give me a battle test.
All right.
Okay. You see him, but you can't get to him. You got this opponent in front of you, Sir Philip. All right. So we'll zoom in first on Collis. Let's say. So Collis, you're fighting Sir Philip,
All right.
who is apparently very good with a sword. Older
Yes.
guy, probably, like probably in his late 30s.
I think Sir Collis will try to impassion himself with Loyalty Lord, as he wants to try and finish this battle and then show his prowess to King Nanteleod.
Understood. And Sir Philip will not. He's confident in his swordsmanship, so he has no need to impassion himself in this case.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the exchange we go. Ooh, and you were remind me how many rounds? Like, were you valorously set? Were you reckless?
I was gonna do Valorous.
Valorous. So 2 rounds of exchange. He has a strength 12, or no, strength of 14, which is, I believe, the strength and size, probably at 46. Verify. I need a blank sheet so I can mess with that on a regular as I go through this. So character, I call this blank knight. And if I have a 15 size, 14 strength, my damage is 5d6. 16 damage. What is your size?
I think it is 13.
13. Okay.
I know a bunch
That
of
is
short people.
over your size. So you have to test horsemanship. I think you did impassion yourself. So that's good. So you may
See what we got.
Oh,
Oh, fumble.
oh no. Oh no.
You absolutely conquered.
Oh,
nerd.
good.
Goodbye.
Oh, good.
Guess who no longer has a horse?
You get just clobbered by this Sir Philip. And the way it hits, it hits your neck, it you're protected by a chain, but it hurts. And for a second, you just completely stagger back. Your horse kicks back. You fall, and your horse actually falls on top of you. You take 8 damage.
Ouch.
That's through armor, right?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Say your leg is injured, kind of thing. gonna fumble. It's a brutal thing, but as the horse gets up and it's clear that you're conscious, I think people will take a breath of what is it? A sigh of relief, as they realize that this accident didn't get as bad as it could have. Unfortunately for Collis, that means that Collis is knocked out of the tourney.
Yep.
All right, and then we go to Rune.
Rune. When I'm fighting this dude, I'm gonna try and passion myself with honor. I mean, I'm outnumbered. I didn't see my cousin just get knocked out over there. I'm locked in, trying to inspire my boys.
Okay. Let's see it.
You got this.
Please, dice gods.
He will not impassion himself.
You have indeed impassioned yourself.
I am impassioned.
All right.
Now wreck face.
He's using his spear, not a sword in this case.
I'll cut his tip off too.
Let's see. Let's confirm. All right, go ahead and give me your attack roll when you're ready.
Do it.
All right. You hit him. Give me your damage. 18. He has a size 17. One second. I'm just going to throw that in and see for Blank Knight what that is. The size 17, strength 12.
That is needs to go to the gym.
Oh, it's knockdown 17. You got an 18. He needs to test horsemanship. And his horsemanship is a 19. He stays on. Is rather skilled on his horse. And I just want to make sure I got the right guy. Yep. Kristen was the good horseman rider. So he manages to stay on. You're fighting recklessly, so you have to fight this guy for 2 more rounds. And you can stay impassioned at this point. So when you're ready, go ahead and give me your roll again. You connect with him again. Give me your damage. Oh, that one's a big one.
Violent.
Yeah. His size is 17. It's not double his knockdown. However, it's still going to challenge a horsemanship.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has a lot of horsemanship. So he's a guy you got to almost like... It's almost the worst case scenario to fight a guy with a high horsemanship.
Those boys are strong,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
They're all gym bros.
Yeah, exactly. They don't miss gym day.
This guy is gym day. He's just tall. This guy's got a 12 strength. He's not strong. He
Yeah.
needs to lift more. I am embarrassed that Ithel speaks for this guy. Come on.
That's why he's with Ithel. Ithel's teaching him.
He's holding his own.
Barely.
Okay, you got one more round against this guy. Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's
Nice.
what you need, because if you
That'll
can
work.
double... Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna test. You got a 12, you got a 20. You're a crit, so you get to roll your base damage, and then you get to add 4d6 to that. 21 and then 4d6.
Ooh, nice. 38
Plus
damage.
38 damage. And he's knocked down.
Just off.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Just
Yep. If you double their
Get a
dex,
chance.
or double their size, they
Boom.
go down automatically.
Correct.
You take Sir Tristan down.
hold.
Now keep in mind, this is the least of all of Ithel's boys.
I'm feeling pretty
Please
confident right
understand
now.
Okay.
Like, I
Uh,
got your back, but this guy didn't hit the gym.
We're gonna
I'm embarrassed.
test the others. So Justin, doing okay. Thonmi, doing okay. Ithel. Ithel's pretty sound. Like he has to do really bad to do bad. And Cadogan's out temporarily. We'll determine who's. Well, someone would take up Callus's group or like unit. They have to fold to the back, but it doesn't matter. As Cadogan's group rides in, the horn blows, sounding the end of day one's turn. With let's see. Yeah, about 40% of today, like 40% of the units have fallen today. 40% of the knights have fallen today. So, this probably won't last more than a day, but they'll probably shuffle you all around for day 2. Fear not, we're going to take a brief aside from you guys as we go over to see the folks trampling through the muddy lands. When we return, you will all be enjoying a feast once more, a one-rounder for day 2 of the turn, or day 1 of the turn. Okay, let's go back to fun times and fun lands.
In normal places.
Oh yeah, fun times in absolutely standard places.
Fun times in the mud.
You know what this place needs? More mud. More mud.
But I swear I heard it somewhere. Somebody said mud was good for
Yeah.
the skin or something.
Well, I don't believe it. Anyway, Captain, I've been thinking. Are you going to come with us? Or are you just going to stay here and, I guess,
Look
wait
after
till your
his
food
ship?
runs out and starve in the mud?
No, I think it's best we come with you, though we will slow you down.
I suppose that's true, but well, if it's that or dying in the mud by yourselves, then I suppose we'll have to take care of that for you. So come along.
Let's
This
go.
island's only so big. We should be able to find our way out eventually. I agree. We'll follow. Right, and we're gonna
Not
get.
sure if I share your confidence about the size of this particular island, given that it wasn't here up until recently, but I like your faith.
It's not faith. It's confidence.
I prefer to call it faith. But I suppose confidence is just the same name for the. It's just a different name for the same thing.
Is that why they call you Sir Pilgrim?
That's why he calls me something.
You
Alright.
said not
He's
to
not a
use
real
his
Christian, don't
knightly
listen to
name.
I am but a humble pilgrim.
Sir Humble Pilgrim. Got it. Write that down.
Speaking of names, what is it with you Romans? Do they just add another Julianus or Lucius to the end of your name every time you conquer a people and kill all their women and children?
Oh no, we usually get like a Scipio, and then like the name of the place and us after that.
Why you got so many Julianuses then? What's wrong with one?
Well, Julianus is my family name. I mean, you're Sir Gwydir. What's your family name?
Well, the only thing I sometimes put on the end is who my father was, Absol. But when I die, nobody will care about. It's not like I have a chain of everybody's ever. It's a lot. It's just a lot. Julianus, Lucius, Julius, Lucianus. You know.
He's just
Don't
nodding.
mind him.
He's like, oh.
Thinking's not his strong suit.
It's all the same name.
No, it's clearly different. You know, Lucius,
Clearly
Julius, Julianus. Yeah, it's clearly different.
I love it. All right. Gwydir, actually, Drax and Trent, give me a D100.
I think I have the command right. I do 41.
41. Drag. 54.
Yep, 54.
Interesting. Give me a sec.
Sir Humble Pilgrim, have you ever seen this much mud before? Um, Usually after a long rain, but this is a lot.
I I admit I've never seen this much mud.
Hmm.
Is this part of your weird story you were saying with... What was it? There was a king of mud, and then Duke Eldol came and beat the hell out of him or something, or he got killed by him?
Oh,
Oh,
we're hoping he beat the hell out of him. At least you're hoping.
the hero Duke Eldo died, and then the King of Mud came about afterwards. I'm sure surely the two aren't connected. Starts thinking.
Right. Well, one might reasonably presume that if one was in the lands of the King of Mud, there might be an unreasonable amount of mud around. So, kind of makes sense, don't it?
Oh,
Yes,
if you think about it.
in the story, yes, but this is the real world. That surely isn't. This is just a folk tale, a fairy tale. It's not real.
What do you mean not real? You didn't make the story up out of nothing, did they? Somebody saw it and they told you.
Yeah,
Gods! Knights!
Hey, Cynical Gaming. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, so, you guys hear in the distance, like through the fog, the sound of a bit of wailing, and then you hear like a loud thud over and over and over again.
A loud thud.
Ahead of us or behind us?
From like the direction you're traveling.
Huh.
In the direction you're traveling.
it's an interesting bird.
Well, I doubt that's a
What on earth are you
bird.
talking about, Lucius Giannis? A bird?
Well, it must be a bird making a noise like that.
It must be a...
Hey.
Who invited you? It must be a bird.
It has to be a bird. Maybe some type of woodpecker.
That's a fight.
But he is just like head in his
Good
hand.
here, let's go. Child,
Bring the
follow
bird seed,
along.
Lucius.
You see, well, you see a sight.
Is it a sight to behold?
It is a sight to behold. Yeah. You see, like a fairly, in the distance, you're like, oh, there's a large man, and then you kind of get a little closer, and the fog fades a bit, and this creature is more about 20 feet tall in size,
Bird?
and it's standing in like a small rock quarry, and it's moaning almost what would we use? I guess like I will take anything along the lines of courtesy, intrigue, anything about noticing civilities or caricature. I'll even take folklore as well. Let's give you a whole bunch of options.
Nope.
Mother!
All right, let's go.
First one
Get
of
him,
the night,
Lucius.
or second one of the night.
straight up.
Yeah.
Fucking callback.
Always.
Hey, Lucius.
Okay. I think you're all able to decipher that's a giant, if you've ever seen one. It's far too large for. And I'll leave you to decide like your spiritual versus worldly and all that, whether or not you believe these things exist. You are faced with someone way too big to be a mere mortal. What's interesting about this character, and I think Lucius, you're the first to pick up on it, reminds you of like one of your siblings when they're pouting, when they're younger. It seems to be moping and throwing these rocks around almost out of like frustration.
Mm.
My dad.
The,
What the heck?
Yeah, Battle of Sacred Stones.
Oh, he seems to be pouting for some reason. Well, of course, one of you Sir Knights can decide, maybe speak to it. I'm but a humble squire, so probably good that I don't speak to it.
Is it so? It's
I'm
in
the
a small quarry. Is it lanceable from where we are, or is it like too much of a hole?
Yeah, you could probably. I mean, there's a little bit of risk with the like. I'd probably if you had to test horsemanship, on the rock quarry, that would be bad, right? Like there'd be some extra stuff there, but nothing on the charge. I would allow a charge.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll
approach.
Uh,
well, he's
we'll
approaching,
see.
I'm gonna get my lance.
Yeah, I don't have a weapon.
Cormac
So I'm
starts
approaching.
to ride forward. What are you gonna do, Gwydir? What's your take on Cormac riding forward as the pilgrim?
Walking
Walking
forward.
forward.
Third, Lucius, you dullard. Give me my lance, Cormac. What are you doing? You don't even... Cormac, it's gonna kill you. You don't even have any. You don't even have any pants on. You're wearing a robe. For Christ's sake. For God's sake. See what you got me saying? Speaking out of turn now. Get back here.
If it leads you to Christianity, it means I'm doing something right.
Well, if seeing God is what happens after you die, then you're on a shortcut right now. Get back here. I'm not gonna try and stop you, by the way.
Okay,
I'm just-
you're gonna let him
Oh,
proceed
yeah.
forward. Okay. I was just wondering if you're gonna go dashing past him with your lance. It's like, okay.
Not yet.
Okay,
Let's see what happens.
you're just readying to see what happens.
Yeah.
It takes a minute for the giant to notice you, and as you get
Oh,
close,
Lucius passed his courtesy, by the way.
what's that?
Lucius passed his courtesy. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what you said. The padding, right? Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sorry, my
yeah,
bad.
yeah. I think the other thing you get from that, Lucius, is it's pouting, but it also you're like, does that mean maybe it's younger, like, you know, to behave this way?
Gotcha. I'll yell to Sir Humble Pilgrim Knight, sir. It may be younger. Offer it a sweet roll. I'll look to Gwydir and says, my younger siblings, when I offer them a sweet roll, they usually start acting right. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
offer him you in a moment.
Oh.
Why? Hello there.
Hmm? And it kind of looks over at you in this slow look. A test of valor,
Yeah, wait.
actually, before you do that.
Hi. What's your name?
Jesus Christ.
Did you hear me on the test valorous part first?
Oh, Valor.
Yeah.
I did not.
Okay. I want to make sure that you are going to be able to be that cool and collected when you're riding up to a 20-foot large creature. Yep, you are. So
20-foot large. I'm size 19. He ain't that much larger.
but size of 19. This guy's size like 30, man. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
You said 20. Size
20
20
feet.
large.
20 feet tall.
20 feet, like 20 feet tall. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I mean, no, I'm not, but you know.
Yeah, you're
Right.
you're keeping it under any sense of meeting your maker sooner than you intended to. You're able to push that down to address him with a cool civility. But with your fumbled intro, you're going to say that like, deciphering anything about him is going to be tough, other than being direct. That makes sense. So
I plan on being direct.
yeah, I know you're Cormac. It should still be that way. So he says, or he's like, ugh. He looks at you, and there's a look of like hate for a minute, and then he just goes back to a rock, picks it up, and for a second you're like, oh, this is gonna go bad, but he throws it in the other direction. Ugh. He just,
Is something wrong? Might I be able to help? I'm really good at helping people.
I'm not a
Here
people.
we go.
I'm a giant.
Oh. Well, hi. Do you have a name, Sir Giant?
Let's give him a name. Nothing else with him. Fane. I'll go with Fane.
Well, hello, Fane. As I said, I am Cormac.
Hmm.
It's nice to meet you.
He looks at you. He's not really one. You're getting the impression he's not really one for words here. Civility and courtesy. So he just kind of. He's not attacking you. That's a positive sign. Yeah.
Fair enough. Could you help me out a little bit? I seem to be lost.
You're in Mudlands.
Things. See, and I was looking for the Summerlands. I've been stuck in winter for too long. I've been looking for the summer.
Cadwe's lands. These are the Queen's lands.
The Queen.
Queen of the Mudlands.
I don't think I've ever heard of the Queen of the Mudlands. What's her name? So that I may address her properly if I happen to meet her.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
He hangs his head at that too.
Oh, poor guy. Let me roll a thing. Yeah. All right. Gwydir will keep his lance in his hand, but he'll sort of trot just a little bit forward. Still not, not in such a way that it's going to limit his ability to stab the thing if he needs to. But, he'll say, was Duke Eldol here? Was he... Do you know Duke Eldol?
If I know. Let's see. I'll give him...
Sorry, bub.
No, it's all good. Apparently. Yeah, he nods.
He was here. Did you see him?
Old hero, yeah. He died.
Do you
they
know,
say.
did he get killed by the Mud King or something?
He did.
Jesus Christ, Lucius, your bird's right.
Lucius will trot right up. Yeah. So, Duke Eldo is dead. Yes, just like the story.
I didn't think he got killed by a Mud King. I thought he just died of disease. That's what I was told anyway. Do you have a name, big boy?
Fane.
His name's
Fane.
Fane. Fane, this is my cousin. Sir
Hi,
Gwydir.
Fane.
He's still looking over you with like a skeptical look, but highly suspicious of, especially you. You look like a knight, so kind of, anyways. I guess if anyone doesn't look quite like a knight on the regular basis, it's probably Gwydir out of the crew.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Pretty, yeah. Yeah, covered in like, seal skins or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, Fane. You seem a little sad. Don't know why. Maybe you help us, we'll help you. You can. We're looking to get to Summerland, as my cousins told you, and Well, it seems like you're having a little tear about something over there, ditching rocks around and pouting. So maybe whoever's got you ticked off, we can help you, and then you can help us find Summerland. How does that make you feel?
Okay. Please give me a courtesy roll minus.
Can I search my pack for a sweet roll to offer to the giant kid giant?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't have to make you roll. We'll see. I just want to. Okay. In your comment, Trent, as Gwydir says that, there's you see him puff up a bit when you call him out on pouting. His proud takes over a little bit. And he's like, "I'm not pouting. I'm angry." And he's like a little more like defensive now as a result.
Yeah.
Lucius,
Oh,
give
angry.
me-
Well, that's a very masculine thing indeed. You must be tough and strong, and probably very noble and powerful, and you've probably killed everybody you've ever hated.
I have. Most. And add the queen to the list now.
The
Go
queen,
ahead and
whose name? Oh no, sorry.
give me a courtesy roll, Lucius. I'm gonna offer this sweet roll.
All right. Ooh. That's
Isn't
not
courtesy? You're Roman, right? Isn't courtesy part of law?
Yeah, I think it's
Yep,
lowest 10, right?
good. Lost 10.
Oh, okay.
He just put it in each of the ones, but okay, I'm gonna just test this too. Okay, yeah. He looks at it. He definitely looks hungry, so he looks at the sweet roll very carefully. But he doesn't take it.
I'll bite a piece of it. I'll break a piece of it off and say, "See, nothing wrong with it." And I eat it in front of him with my hand still out. If he just still doesn't trust it, then he doesn't trust it. But I'll show him.
No, once you do that, I think he watched you for a second. He'll grab it out of your hand if you'll let him, with like his pinky and his thumb and pointer finger.
His enormous hand, bigger than
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
Yeah.
The claw. Saying friend, me Lucius.
Don't talk to him like a baby, Lucius. He's a big, strong man. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks. He's like, I'm not a baby. He says he looks back like it's almost like he remembers for a second. He's like, "How do you help me?"
I don't know your problem yet. Sounds like you've got a queen issue, and well, if that queen had anything to do with killing Duke Eldol, then well, she's an enemy of mine.
There's a new queen,
A
new
new
to
queen?
Mudlands.
She chucked you in this hole, did she?
She didn't accept me. I
Aw.
wanted
Who
to
wouldn't
be
accept you?
grunts. She wouldn't. And he picks up another rock and just hucks it, and he heaves this one overhead, like over your whole group. I'll make sure he doesn't fumble. Just make sure he doesn't.
Oh no! Kill the captain.
Yeah, he's good. He heaves it
Okay.
well over like the captain and everyone else. They're all like, "Oh no!" And
The fuck?
it just keeps going. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you hear it thud, and like it almost like shakes the ground underneath you as it hits. It's a pretty big, meaty boulder, but it was a overhead throw with both hands.
Do I know King Cadwy?
As far as
Do I know of him?
you can test a recognize roll flat because he is not
not.
or yeah. You can test I'll give you a battle test as well.
Battle. The battle is okay. So far, my rolls have been pretty bad. Cool.
Yeah.
No idea. And this king, this king, what was his name? Candy or something. Is he likely to help? Is he the king of Summerland?
Yes.
Well, sounds like we've got a quest then. We'll take you. We'll go to Summerland. We'll speak to Cadwy and we'll get him to raise his army and we'll come and kill this evil queen. Cadwy won't like a queen on his border. Not a queen of mud. They love summer in Summerland, not mud.
Surprisingly enough, that makes a whole bunch of sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, everything he said was wrong, but it
Somehow
still was right.
conclusion like that. Yeah.
All right, I'm testing something. Yep. He's got a directed trait of vengeful to the queen. So yeah, he nods. Yes. Need army to kill her.
Easy. Well, Summerland's a kingdom, sort of. It's a
Yeah.
petty kingdom, but it's a kingdom. So, do you know the way to Summerland?
This way. Emotions.
And you must be hungry. Captain, will you bring forth some of the food? We won't need it long. We'll be in Summerland before noon.
The captain kind of walks up to you. He's like, "Are you sure that's a good idea? Giants are known to eat us and
Well,
everything.
Just
actually."
leave it. Just leave it
you
and walk
don't
away.
Give him a reason to.
Just make a little pile and walk away from it. And you won't be in harm's way.
All right, yeah, you guys are taking like leadership in this, so I think
Yes.
that you're not on a ship. He'll nod. He's out of fish out of water in this case, so he nods and he's like, "All right." Like, just watch my back when I do. I really don't intend to be giant food tonight.
You have his word that he will protect you.
He would
And I-
just sort of slam his lance upon his chest, you know.
Yeah, he's highly suspicious, but he'll go forward, just very skeptical, very untrusting. He puts it down and he kind of backs off, and the giant will quickly start to go to work on the food. Okay.
Sir Gwydir, a moment, please.
What is
Do
it,
you,
Buckus?
It's Julius, sir. Do you believe regicide is our best course of action at this juncture? Because what we're proposing is regicide on a kingdom full of very big birds.
Maybe.
I believe that regicide is always the best course of action if the reg in question is not Nanteleod.
He's writing that down. Not tell you regicide, best course of action. Okay.
From our overly exalted, famous homage Nanteleod character here. Makes sense. I like. All right. Anything else you guys want to do
The
with
best
that
course
scene
of action.
before we?
But it is the course of action we have.
Julius shrugs.
Is there anything else you guys want to do with that moment before we cut away? I assume this is you guys tagging up your things, and he's gonna lead you along to the Summerland. From the sounds
Sounds
of
good.
it. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and only gentlemen, we don't have combined crew. Let's go ahead and do some feasting.
Ew. Why would you? Ew.
I haven't thought about it before. I haven't ruled it out.
I didn't even
Oh,
look. Do I
shit.
want to know? Hold on. Give me a second.
Probably not. Probably not.
But yes, you do want Do I even want to? Hold on a sec. I gotta see this.
Barbarian.
I like it. People can read it over.
Barbarian.
If I want, I don't have to.
Monster.
All right, Rune, Rain, and Kalis. It's 1 round feast for the night. You all can give me an app roll.
Dang it.
I am failing.
It's lonely above the salt, or near the salt. Um, busy place. They messed up. They must have messed up some of the seating.
Yeah,
Clearly.
that's what it is. They messed up the
Clearly.
screen.
Clearly.
No, Sir Rain is just that generous. He gave his seat up. That's all it is.
If I wasn't so modest, I'd be calling the manager.
Hey, it's
Karen
not that he
option.
gave his seat up. It's they
Yeah,
assumed
the
he was
Karen
going to
option.
give his seat up.
All right.
They just never gave him one.
Right. There you go. Oh man.
Okay. And
How's Sir Collis doing after his fall and everything? Yeah.
I think Sir Carlos is doing good because now he doesn't have to manage troops anymore. He's like, oh, thank God.
You don't know that yet.
you collected some honors still on day one. You fought till the end of day one, which is not an embarrassing thing. To go out
Especially
with
with
40%.
Ithel being out there.
Oh yeah, I had a question about that. Since I critted sword, does that go up and then I click it? And I...
Nope, never with skills. You do tick it though, and you get the glory of whatever your swordman skill unmodified would have been.
Yeah, what's
So-
your regular sword?
16.
16.
2.
My battle was 10 for my roll.
Gotcha.
All right, that brings us to Kalas for round one. Oh, actually, hold on. We'll see if anything happens. One sec. Give me a D20 Drax.
16.
Okay. I'll take a D20 from Yampa and a D20 from Collis.
Connected on a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
It runs in the blood.
Okay. Let me just check one thing here and then we'll be good.
Assassins.
I like it. Let's see. I test.
Do you really?
If he likes it, it's bad for us.
Hey, Mikey, I think he likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
It could be.
Could be great.
It's not.
Well, you know what? I hope that your giant friend stubs his toe and starts going berserk.
Still
How
just
about that?
throwing balls on you guys.
You know what? If that happens, I'm gonna be real sad about killing a giant. I just want you to know. I'm gonna be real
I mean,
sad about that.
the giant is going to look at you, unarmed, unarmored, and go like, "What are you going to do?
These dice
Bleed
rolls
on
are
me?"
not going well right now.
You don't even have a weapon, Cormac.
Exactly.
He'll use a rock.
You gonna pray him to death?
Just
God,
start throwing rocks at the giant's
What's
face.
that? Rock bag.
Giant throws a rock. I catch it, throw it right back.
Yeah, he uses the rock like a hammer and just bludgeons it and stuff.
I'll be right back.
Gigolo, we haven't heard about from Cormac, Lucius, and Whittier in a while. Wonder what happened.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Moving on, and these rolls are really scary right now.
Yeah, they are. They really are, man. Yeah.
Not a single success so far.
Maybe there's a lot of us below the salt right now.
It's fine, guys. Everything's fine. Let me test.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Funny story.
Why do I not believe you?
Everybody below the salt was placed there because of somebody being salty about getting knocked off the cliff.
Oh, they're still failing.
Really true.
It was a rough day. So many hours on the field.
Let's see. Is there anyone else? Nope. Okay. Given that,
Yeah, because you can't give it anything else.
I'm gonna go with.
Oh, I had to get a snack. The pagan's hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character, I'm sorry for the bullying, Lucius. It's all in character, I promise. I love everything you're doing.
It's good vibes.
It is good.
Yeah.
It's all good until somebody says something.
Yeah.
So as you guys are starting the feast, you notice that Nanteleod's late to the show, and after a little bit of a while, he kind of shows up. He looks a little bit like he just looks a little off. It's hard to say. Not in a bad way. It doesn't seem like he's in a bad mood. Just seems a little bit scatterbrained, kind of as he comes in, which is usually not his normal presentation. And he comes wandering in and sits down. And with that, we'll go to Collis.
I think Sir Carlos would probably try to intrigue. At first, Carlos was interested in making sure, since he's knocked out of the tournament, he's probably going to try to, manage, sort of referee it as best as he could. But after seeing King Nanteleod come in late, I think Sir Carlos would probably try to figure out
what the hell that's all about.
Yeah, what's that about? Because I don't think Sir Carlos has ever seen King Nanteleod late to hit a feast in his own hall.
Yeah, absolutely true. So you kind of checking around for gossip, or what way are you approaching the intrigue side of this?
Gossip could work, but it's still just like a whole bunch of people spreading rumors. I think Sir Carlos would probably try to talk to one of the officers. Probably not Sir Cat again. But I think Sir Carlos would probably go to Sir Kedrick if he's there.
He is not.
Okay.
If you recall, he got the shit kicked out of him recently, so he is. He's not presenting. By recently, we mean like that happened last night. So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think he'd do Sir Mathonwe.
Mathonwe? Okay. Um. Uh.
Name.
Ooh.
Ooh, so close.
Yeah.
Balls. Okay. You come up to Mythonwy. You mention what you're talking about, and he's like, I don't actually know. You're right, though. It's not like Nanteleod to be late. He motions to you, though, and says, those ladies over there seem to find something amusing. And you see like a number of ladies that seem to be some kind of inside joke, you know the vibe. Lots of giggling, trying to stifle the giggling, and they're all like, can't really tell where they're looking, but you keep seeing them look up to Nanteleod.
Huh.
Like he's the butt of some kind of joke. That's what you'll get with a failure, sir. Anything else you want to say to Mythonwy?
I don't think so. I think that'd probably be everything.
Okay.
Maybe well fought or something. Be a good person.
Huh? Run out the things.
Be a good person.
Yeah.
This is Collis we're talking about.
Okay. We'll move forward. Move to Rain next.
Cards, as always. I want to see
yeah.
what these cards are going to throw at me. You already shuffled them on everything.
Yeah, everything's shuffled, so you should be good.
Okay. Wallflower and Sage Advice. That one's got a cup on it.
Oh. Cup means oh, this is great. All right.
Oh boy.
So this is gonna be an Nanteleod.
Yeah.
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 All right. Apparently Nanteleod has no face.
He is so out of sorts. He dares not show his face around here.
Possible.
It's been deleted.
Oh yeah, it's super deleted. I don't know what happened. Rip. We knew you well, sir. You see Nanteleod kind of look at you, and there's a look like he's trying to get a sense of something, and then you see him start your way.
Yeah. Serene, as he notices Nanteleod approaching or heading his direction, would kind of get to his feet so he's not like lounging about or anything. Just in case.
He moves forward. I'm being a little bit liberal because we have some other events going on. This is why. He says, Sir Rain, you and your father have served our line well.
Yes, my lord. My king.
He kind of moves forward, so he's more like talking at a low level. He's like, how would you squash a rumor? Go ahead and give me an intrigue test.
All right.
Before
I am
you speak.
going to passion if I can, because
Yeah.
this is serious.
Yeah.
Loyalty Lord. Okay, good. I need all the help I can get now. Intrigue.
Oh,
Nice.
look at that.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
All right. so I'm gonna have to help intervene with this, but with the critical success, I'm gonna say you notice there's a servant girl that comes by at that point, and she's like, more wine, my king and sir, tonight. And she's got her head low. You kind of look over and you see some ladies that seem to be looking at the girl, and like it brings laughter as you see the girl approach the king, which would be part of her job, right? Is just to make sure that the king is looked after, so to speak.
Hmm. I suppose, my king, it would depend on how serious this rumor is. You'd have to have a strong yet moderate approach. Without knowing the details, I'm not sure I can give you much more than that. But clearly, there's something that is an issue.
Yeah.
And he kind of glances over at the servant girl.
Yeah, we'll say
Kinda-
he noticed you do that because he's highly paranoid about it at this point. He says,
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
Rain is too. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
just gonna check for a name. Bryn.
Mm.
That's that serving girl. She tried to distract me from the feast. I'm not going to lie to one of my knights. It was tempting.
So Rain kind of just nods that, staying silent. I see. We are all only human, after all. Such things are not above us.
He kind of sighs and says, "Someone must have seen the two of us leaving my chamber. I wish I'd gone through with it. At least I'd have something, a reason for this rumor." And he says that out of frustration, right?
Hmm. Yeah, Rain's pretty much dismissing it as that, yeah. Hmm. And you can see that Rain is trying to debate how best to advise this because it's pretty serious.
Tell him he's
So-
king, he can do what he wants. Bone Town Nanteleod.
I mean, realistically, that's fair. um, so after a minute, Rain's kind of looking, and he's looking between the serving girl and then the ones that are the gossipers, essentially. He suspects, and then he puts his focus back on Nanteleod. My king, there's not really a good way to squash this, but as you are the king, you do have leeway to do as you wish, do you not? So, you could use such rumors to possible advantage. How you go about that, I'm not so certain. I'm not quite as experienced with such things.
Okay. I think with that, he goes, it gives him an idea. You're not sure what the idea is. You can sense that it definitely seems to give him some kind of idea. He
Yeah,
says,
you're asking the super chaste knight,
Yeah.
like how to solve a problem like this. And he's like, I have no clue what you're talking about. This isn't good.
This is not a problem I have.
Yeah, exactly. It's a kingly problem. Yeah.
that's a good description of it. He nods and he's like, He says, a good insight.
Of course.
I'm just checking one thing.
Hmm?
Do you have any out of character? Do you have any skills that are famous?
Skills. Let me see. What's famous? 16.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
not. No
Okay, none.
skills that are famous. No.
What about
Not
passions?
even,
On what? Sorry.
I was about to
Passions.
say, not even combat skills?
No, I'm at 15s on my combats, and my
okay.
awareness is 15. Yeah. Passions. I am famous for hating Vortigern at 16, and I am love family 17.
Okay, and then, do you have a hunting skill?
I
Is there a
do.
hunter?
It's 10.
10?
Hmm?
Um, he goes to walk away. Like he seems very whatever you gave him. You ever have that happen where you like say something and someone's like great idea and it, like trigger something in their head, but you're like,
Yeah.
I wonder
What did
what.
I say?
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
It's one of those. But then he stops before he comes back. He's like, I've actually while you're here, I've been meaning to find a suitable replacement for Sarah Landis. I need a royal forester to look after the woods. Think on it. And he pats your shoulder and then walks away. And so the
Yeah.
reason why that's coming up is you're gonna get your 2 geniality. You're only gonna get 10 glory on top of that. So
Mhm.
that's 10 glory automatically, not geniality. But you get the host's favor, and that's how the host's favor is gonna play out in this card.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, Brain will probably accept that hands down just because it's such a generous offer, anyways. But yeah, he'll think on it as instructed.
And with that, you get 2 geniality plus 10 glory and a potential title position.
Very cool.
Pretty nice.
And I got
Alright.
that crit, which is awesome too. Like that. I got 2 crits tonight. Dice are liking me tonight.
You just jinxed it.
I was just due.
We'll go to
Now we just
Rune.
gotta get yeah. just gotta-
What will Rune do? I'll draw cards. Why not? What's the worst that can happen?
Well, I can think of a couple of things, but let's see. I've pulled those cards before, or people have. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so a guest sitting next to you begins choking on a piece of food. Or you are moved and invited to dance the night away.
That's interesting.
Especially because you have a wife who might want to dance the night away with you.
That is true.
Or maybe it's not your wife.
Yeah, and you've done so well in the
You
tournament.
can
so
dance
far.
the night away with your wife and still have the attraction of another eye upon you.
Or I could just screw everything up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to. I'm gonna roll.
That's where you're screwing everything up.
The dice are always gonna lead you the right
Dang it.
way.
Dang it! Dang it! Dang it!
Dice
Dang it!
do not lead you anywhere.
You know what?
To fail town.
I'm gonna roll a D2.
Population.
1 is first aid, and 2 is dancing. We'll see what happens. We're going first aid.
Hey,
First aid it is.
Fingers
All right.
crossed.
Hold on, before you
I'm feeling-
do, let's figure out who this is. So we'll say it's a unlikely chance this is one of our people. So 90 or above, it's one of the people we know. No, this is a new new face. And let's see if you kill them.
Wouldn't be the first time he's killed a defenseless person.
Hey, he was fighting.
No, he wasn't. He was on the ground.
Well, too bad he messed up my main homie.
Yeah, exactly.
30 or under, it's a knight currently, yep, in the thing. Okay. And then
If it's Justin, I'm just letting him die.
Oh, geez.
no, we confirmed it. We confirmed it's not a familiar face.
Yeah. We can't lose Justin of Timberlake.
This is one of Rain's people.
Oh, no. Man, he needs to hit the gym.
He is small and weak.
Yeah, he's pathetic.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
I mean, he's a better swordsman than I am.
He's better than me, too, but yeah.
I mean,
I'm just gonna close
this
my
guy
eyes
is a
and.
combat monster, but he's short.
Whatever. I'm gonna close my eyes.
Hey, that worked.
All right. You save Sir Adif's life. Gain 5 glory and +2 geniality.
You're welcome.
He says, thank you, sir.
Of course.
Best of luck tomorrow.
Likewise.
Right, so that's how much bonus geniality? Was there bonus?
2. 2 bonus plus 1 on the card.
Nice.
Yep. And 5 base glory off it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Solid card. It
Once
just
more,
go
Rune
really
is
bad.
winning the feasting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm
Killing it.
just a great guy overall.
Master of the
You are.
feast. Master of the feast. All right. We're gonna give the 3 of you just for the next couple minutes. We're gonna give the 3 of you a moment to role play together. We usually do that in any given thing, and I'm just going to escape away for a minute. I can still hear you though. So
Okay.
We can't talk trash about him.
exactly. You
Well,
can. I can just
yeah.
hear you.
You need to see
He's
it.
just gonna hear.
I think Ruin will definitely have a cup of meat in hand, just sipping away at it. Since he's temperate, very famously temperate. And he moves towards Collis. It's his cousin. He's famously loyal to his family, and his horse fell on him. Cousin, everything well?
Mr. Carlos, so because you might have been talking to some lady that caught his eye. Huh? Zaroon, yes. Whatever. What exactly do you mean?
Well, I did not per se see it myself, but word on everyone's mouth is your fall.
Yes, my charger that fell on me.
Right.
That charger.
Yes, that was a whole debacle in itself. The knight that I was facing bested me, and pretty much I slipped out of my stirrups and dragged my horse down on top of me.
Truly a shame. Truly a
Yeah.
shame.
But
I thought I was just seconds from being overwhelmed, but alas, fate was on my side.
yes, it was. Or it'd be the other way around. You would have been like Sir Cadogan.
I count myself lucky then.
Well, good luck in tomorrow's affair. I'll likely try to manage the affair, but we'll see what happens.
Indeed. Indeed. That being said, as I look for other opponents in a different kind of battlefield, have you seen Rain?
I think I saw King Nanteleod briefly speaking with him. You may find them farther along the table.
Well, why don't you join me? I'm sure these ladies have things to do.
I guess Sir Carlos would get up and then walk with him.
Yeah, he'll give a courtly bow to the ladies and just head Rain's way.
Rain is actually not too far away. He is quietly sitting there and seems to be in thought about something after having spoken with Nanteleod.
Good Sir Rain.
It takes him a minute before he looks over you. Oh, Sir Rune. How are you this evening?
I'm doing quite fine. A little scare back there, but could have been worse.
I noticed the commotion. I wasn't sure what was going on, but good of you to do such things so quickly.
I just flowed with the motions, but it was very well fought. To the both of you and to the rest. I mean, he just motions to any other knight that might have been on the other side. And his side, too.
Yes, tomorrow should be an interesting day.
It shall. Hopefully we both remain unhorsed.
We shall see. There are many skilled knights out there. I've tangled with a few already.
Well, I've only managed to unhorse one, so...
I want Collis to test what is it? What's the opposite of vengeful? Forgiving. That's what it is. Test forgiving for me, Collis.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it actually.
look at that.
Yay!
Wow.
You get a tick on. You get a tick on forgiving.
Oh no!
This
You're
means,
a good person.
Yeah, this means that you're able to look at like all's fair in what happened and not hold a big grudge against Sir Philip there, who unhorsed you. Who will now be part of the storyline because they have to be. So. It doesn't mean it didn't pull at your pride. In fact, probably test modest as well.
Mother.
Yeah. Test pride in turn. Yeah, take pride as well.
Yeah.
You're still proud. You still think that like in another time you could get him if it comes to it, but you're not like I'll get back at him any way necessary. You're like next time we go, I'm gonna show him. It's not like I'm gonna shiv him next time he's not looking.
Yeah, we'll get a 2v2 going between Justin and this Philip and you and
I.
Make it happen.
Low chance over 90. They're good friends. No. It'd be too convenient. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move away from that scene then. Leo will approach you though, and he gives Collis a look, and you can just tell that look is like so far so good. Like no deaths. Your unhorsing was probably the scariest part of the day, just because the horse came down on top of you, and a lot of times people don't get back up from things like that.
Yeah.
No, but you're tough.
Luckily, Sakalis had already unhorsed 2 people, and his adrenaline was already pumping,
Yeah.
so he didn't feel it. But he'll most likely feel it in a day or two.
You feel it in the morning.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it. You took eight without armor, ouchies, but it's more like you're hobbling along nicely. It's yeah. But you're
We're gonna
it's
continue to have a good night.
well under your like severe wound or anything. You're good there. All right, we're gonna cut back to the land of summer as you
All right,
exit
I'll
the
be right back.
Mudlands. Let me just find a good song here. We'll continue with this.
Something summary.
Right? I'm sure I have stuff from Summerland, but I'm saving some of it. You know what? Give me a sec. I think I can just throw it from Manage Audio. See if I got anything here. Wrong with my crap. Won't take too long. Find anything soon? Let's take another time. We'll use that. Try this. Yeah, that'll work. That is one of the songs we play. Right. A lot of you find yourselves making your way. You can see a sign of like marshlands ahead. Lucius, Cormac, Whittier.
We got marshlands ahead of us.
I bloody hate marshlands. It's just
Why?
it's like a swamp. It's like mud, but worse, Cormac. It's like it's mud, but sometimes it's a lake, and sometimes the lake is actually a snake. You know?
The lake's a snake.
Sometimes the lake is a snake, Lucian.
Yeah, Lucius, sir. Lucius.
You're right. Whatever. We'll get there. Okay. Don't put any pressure on it. Making me feel
Let
anxious.
me ask you a question. Do you know any games?
What is my gaming skill? It's terrible.
Do you have any
my
games you
gaming-
like to play?
Me or Gwydir or the giant?
I was talking to Fane.
Fine. Sorry.
We used to tie up people when we were younger and throw rocks at them and see if how many rocks it took to take the head off the person.
Huh. We sort of have a similar game. But instead of throwing it at people, we like throw it at trees and see how many rocks it takes to knock a tree down. Gwydir never had the strength to actually knock anything down.
You look pretty weak.
I've been doing push-ups, Fane. All right. I've already had this from Ithel. I don't need it from you too.
And he just grunts. He doesn't get the context of Ithel, so he's.
Not all of us are born 20 feet tall, Fane.
Give me
Yeah,
perception
some of us
rolls.
are born short.
Perception.
Awareness, is it?
Awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I passed one. Look at
There
me
you
go.
go.
Is that a tick?
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
Cormac's very engaged in this conversation. But for Lucius, and Gwydir, the two of you spy through the fog, like you almost see the site of a civilization ahead. You see some what looks like probably a Mott and Bailey. In the Bailey itself, it seems to be quite quite a good size. Not quite as big as Carline, but far bigger than Cardiff.
Sir Gwydir, I spy a Bailey, far bigger than Cardiff.
How very specific of you, Lucian. Well, I suppose, if nothing else, it'll give us some relief from all this mud and marsh and whatever else. Off we go then. Is there a way around that doesn't involve me being eaten by a snake?
Yeah. Don't
Great.
Don't
All right.
piss off a snake.
Yep. It looks like to get through to the castle ahead, the civilization ahead, you are going to have to trek through some sort of. Well, hopefully it's shallow marshlands.
Hopefully.
Sounds awful.
Sounds awfully fun. Where's
Cool.
your sense of adventure there, Gwydir?
This is not adventure enough. Crashing a boat onto an island that isn't real and going on a wander with a giant who likes to peg rocks at people's heads and who accuses me of being weak when I'm not.
I mean, you're not too strong.
You're not too strong! Gwydir rides up.
I'll follow behind him.
All right, and then
He's
you
sensitive about it.
do you plan to make your way through the marsh proper? Yeah.
I mean, unless there's another way, which I would look for. I'll probably I'll see if I can get to some high ground or something, but if there's a way around, I would rather choose that.
As far as you move for quite a bit on your horse, and you don't see another way around it, unfortunately. It looks like the pathway still goes up north, assuming you're going east. But you don't see a way around this effectively.
Right. Onward then, I guess. Into
All right.
sadness.
I will take.
Cormac is just going along with the motions, talking up.
Give me. We'll make this one Bert and Trent. Give me a D100 each.
$65.
$43.
It's it's a good combination, I feel like,
Yeah, kind of middle of the road.
Kind of middle of the road, yep.
You make your way through the marsh. It's only about 3 foot high at its worst. And you end up on the other side, about a few hundred yards from the civilization. And you watch as a convoy of knights ride out. They don't look particularly friendly. I will accept a battle roll. I will accept a intrigue roll, I guess, in this case. Let's see catch some nuances of the situation, I guess.
Yeah, okay. We'll go battle, even though intrigue's slightly better. Battle pass.
I'll go battle. Battle. Hey, this is nice.
Yeah.
You can take those, guys.
If you pass,
Yes.
what if you fail?
What's that?
You die.
What if you fail?
Nothing.
Kind of figured.
I did.
Why
I
I
did
get-
forget. Actually, no. I'll play into this moment even better. For Gwydir and Julius, this Conroy that's riding out, they definitely seem to maneuver towards the giant. It looks like they're gonna run down Fane. Like they're gonna charge Fane as a unit.
Oh, how many are there?
Conroy can be up to 30.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, it's a full Conroy. Yeah, it got a little close. Got a little close to this civilization apparently, and they're coming out in force to deal with this.
Yeah.
And I'm
Which
just,
tells you that's not a,
walking
that's
side by side with Fane.
this is no small place. That's what this tells you, that this is probably some kind of major. I mean, you kind of knew that already, but some kind of major city or major.
They look human?
Yeah, they're all wearing chain. And
Okay.
you all three of you can check herald or test heraldry.
Okay.
Heraldry. Got a sweet 1. No idea.
Okay, let's see. Oh, yep.
Yeah, that's a hard no. No idea who they are, like who they represent. So
Nope.
I've got Nanteleod's heraldry, don't I? Essentially.
if you want to present yourself with it, yep, you can. Yep, you
Yeah,
wear
I
wear
would,
his
yeah.
banner. You don't have your own coat of arms yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I will. I'll ride forward and hold my shield high. Unless I have it might be on my lance. In any case, I'll hold it high so I can see whatever the sign of peace and I am an Nanteleod guy is, and I'll ride forward to intercept them before they kill this giant guy.
All right. So you're gonna kind of intercept their charge path from the giant. Is that the idea? Make sure that
Exactly.
they'd have
Not
to
to
either
battle them, obviously.
run around you or through you or halt would be the three options theoretically. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully not the dead one.
Yeah. I think I'll accept that they'll stop, but I think they stop then realizing that you're interrupting them from killing a giant. So the disposition of this meeting is harsh in this
Yeah.
case.
That's fair.
There is let me just get this going here. You see them come to a halt, and we'll say that this is mostly Lucius and Gwydir with Cormac just behind because you two rode forward. You see that the rider at the front, wearing armor, holding a spear, riding very comfortably, is a woman.
Oh, hello, lady. Is she within calling out distance?
Yeah, they stop like not too far from you.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
My lady, I am Sir Gwydir of... Where am I from? Escavalon. I'm King Nanteleod's man.
Be great if that was in character. It's like, where am I from again?
I mean, knowing Gwydir, that probably was in character.
Yeah, might have been. I don't know where I live. I just know that Nanteleod rules.
I mean, Nanteleod does roll.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest about that.
Yeah.
You see someone or the lady at the front, she has like long dark hair. She's aging, maybe like late 30s. She has a coat of arms that is on the oh man, I'm gonna get my heraldry messed up. On the left side, you see it's split in half.
Okay.
On the left side is a red background on with a gold half of a tree, and then on the other half of the shield is a white background with a green tree.
Sounds like good guys to me. I don't know if I've been paying enough attention to Summerlin Heraldry to know, but
You can test heraldry if you want. Actually, we already did.
I already did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
She-
oh well, yes. Go ahead.
she speaks up and she says, "This is Summerland. Not a
Oh, thank the
Scavelin."
gods.
She doesn't seem as enthused with that as you do. She says,
Yeah, yeah.
Why do
Yeah,
you
of course.
interrupt our path? We meant to slay this giant."
Yeah, fair point, lady. However, this giant has
Dame
we
Branwyn, I'm no lady.
Dame Bradwin. I apologize. I am a clumsy fool, as
Or
you have no
sheriff,
doubt discovered.
if you would.
Sheriff Dame Bradwin of Summerland. I am an idiot, and I would ask you to be patient with my foolish ways. This giant has let us free of some terrible mudland that we were just in on account of our boat crashing there by accident somehow. And he was upset because he's been disowned by his queen, who I don't know the name of, but she's apparently the queen of the Mudlands, and he wants revenge. He wants to kill the queen, who presumably, if you're Summerland, have some kind of enmity with this queen of the Mudlands because they killed Eldol and he's on our team. My lady. Sheriff!
She rides forward a little bit, kind of a look of suspicion on her face, and she says, "The Lord of the Mudlands died, was slain a few years back. It's true
Shit!
that
He says. I was gonna do that.
it's true that the Duke Eldol did die in that battle. Though I know not why his family has kept such news from escaping to the rest of Logris.
Thought he died of disease.
That is the rumor I heard as well.
I'm just
But I-
checking off my notes. Like, yep, got this, got it.
But I can assure you, he did not.
Well then, do you happen to know, good sheriff, who this queen is? Because this giant here apparently wants to kill her.
She rides forward, a determined look on her face, and she looks at the giant and says, "Is that true, giant?"
His name is Fane. It's only polite to address him with his name.
She glares at Cormac.
Cormac's a
Hey,
knight, too. He's just pretending for Jesus.
I'm but the humble pilgrim. On my way to Glastonbury.
You've been knighted. Put your pants back on.
You'd think the humble pilgrim part would sell well with most. Doesn't sell super well with her. There's even more judgment in her eyes as you mention you're a humble pilgrim. But she just nods. She doesn't like insult. She just doesn't hide her response. Is that true? Fane, he says. With that, he like narrows his eyes at her. Not loving these knights here. He says, "It's true. There's a new queen." And so with that, Brenwyn looks to Gwydir, who's been doing all the talking at this point. She says, "Very well then. If it's an audience with the king you request, I can arrange it. But this giant is not welcome here."
I see. He was saying before about how he played games by throwing rocks at people, so that's probably fair, Sheriff. But I would suggest, well, maybe, that it might be worth, if you can, keeping a giant on our team instead of theirs. I don't know what that looks like or if that's something you're amenable to, but I'd rather fight with him than against him if he's all the same. But nonetheless, we appreciate the audience. I'm covered in mud and it's right terrible. Thank you for your patience and hospitality.
She nods and then looks to Fane and says, he can wait at the border here. Under watch.
I'll
See
stay
you
with
soon,
them.
big boy. Don't eat any people, or they'll kill you. And you'll deserve it too.
Yeah, eating people might be bad. We can go hunting if we need to.
I'll leave my sweet rolls with Sir McCormick. Sir McCormick. McCormick, like the grill.
Sir Pilgrim.
This is Lucius, Squire, by the way.
Lucius.
Well met, Lucius. And with that, she turns around and most of the convoy rides off with her. About 10 stay behind. Watch the giant. Cormac, what are you
Cormac.
doing?
I'm staying with Fane.
Are you?
Yep, that's the plan.
What are you doing? Strange man. If he eats you, I'm letting him.
He won't eat me. You won't eat me, will you? I don't think you'll eat me. I do have a lot of meat.
Don't tell him that, Cormac.
Lucius will look at Sir Gwydir and say, Sir Gwydir, did you know that a marsh is a flooded grassland, while a swamp is a flooded forest?
And now Gwydir understands why I'm staying with Fane.
Love it.
And that, Fane, is why you are the best company of all.
No, Julian, I didn't know that. Despite the
Lucius
fact-
said.
Thank you, Lucius. That's important information for when I'm drowning and being eaten by a snake. Thank you. Now, if you'd stop wasting the lady's time, excuse me, the sheriff's time, we could be on our way.
Awesome. We're gonna give you Trent and actually Lucius Gwydir. You are going to tick Merciful. Cormac, don't tick Merciful. Just make a note. Write the word Merciful somewhere to do with this pilgrimage. We'll get to that later. Okay. And then actually, Lucius, you gave him food too, so tick generous. And Gwydir, you did the same actually, so you can do the same.
Sweet.
Okay, so we're gonna do one last scene here, with Lucius and Gwydir inside. So you're brought into a council room. You find out that this is the city of Bristol.
Bristol.
Yeah. Which I think might have a different name right now. Let me just check. Some of the maps have like varying names, so yeah. It's Great Bridge is the name of it.
Great Bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Such a great bridge. This
It's Castle by the Great Bridge is what it's called. And there's something called Rapid Stream Bridge, not far from here.
Cool.
Kind of all one thing. All right. You're brought in. She'll be present at this audience, and after a while, a couple of knights fold in, and you can see that they're in support of another figure. This figure kind of looks like anyone's grandpa on a good day would be a good way to
Is
put
it
it.
John Candy?
Yeah, he almost. He's like he's plump. He's short. Or not terribly tall, anyways. He's got quite a peculiar way he wears his facial hair, and he's balding pretty much right down the center, but has nice staticky folds of hair on either given side of his head. I got a thing here, and he walks in and looks at a lot of you, and there's not a look of skepticism. It's more like almost like you guys surprised him by being here. He says, "Oh, you have guests." And Brandon looks annoyed and says, "Yes, my king, these are the men from Escavalon that I was talking about." He says, "Oh, Escavalon. I heard
Neil.
You kneel. And he says, "Oh, that's not necessary. I'm not your king. I'm the king of Summerland."
Stand up. Summerland seems pretty cool, King Candy. Did he say his name yet?
Cadwy, actually.
I see. Sorry. My apologies, King. Candy.
I like candy.
Me too. You see, I knew it was a good idea that we came here.
I look to the king, and then I look at Gwydir, thinking like,
I'm not going to kill him.
I hear you
not this one,
traveled-
Lucius.
Yeah. I hear you traveled here through the mist.
Yeah, we did, King. We were on a boat to come here because my stupid cousin wants to go and visit Jesus in Gloucester. But then the boat crashed onto land, but there wasn't any water nearby, so don't quite know how that happened, but the captain may be able to tell you. Anyway, we marched through the mud and the mist. We met Fane. We brought you a giant, by the way. If you could give him a sword, he might be able to help you against the queen. Speaking of which, Fane wants to kill the queen. Not your queen, if you have one, King, but the one of the muds, the mud queen. And then Dame Branwen, the sheriff here, was kind enough to not kill me for my impudence, and instead invited me to come and see you, and I'm very grateful and pleased to meet you, and it is an absolute honor to meet a king of any kind, let alone one who likes candy.
He smiles. Well, that's certainly a lot. But I can assure you that the Lord of the Mudlands has died. He invaded us a few years back and paid the price for it. So there is no threat through the Mudlands, if that's what we speak of.
Congratulations. Well fought, King. No doubt your sheriff here had something to do with it.
She did.
It's a shame about Eldol.
Indeed. An old friend he is. Was.
Is or was? Good. Well,
I
the
forget
giant seems to think
sometimes.
there's a new queen.
New queen. Well, that would be worrisome. I guess in these times of anarchy, everyone's a king and queen.
That is true. Have you met King Nanteleod?
That's Vortimer's grandson, is that correct?
I think so. Yes. I don't know the full lineage. I just like him.
I haven't met him. I've only heard some things, more when he was a boy.
Well, he's a man now, King, and quite the man it is. And if I make it back alive, I'll let him know that he should come visit one day and have some cake or something.
I would love to meet him.
Good. Now,
You said you're going to Glastonbury? I should warn you, and perhaps your cousin. He looks over to Lucius as if confused and assuming that Lucius is your cousin. He says, Jesus does not dwell there. Not directly, anyway.
oh, I know that, of course. The man's an idiot, but nonetheless, he needs to prove something to somebody who thinks he's not.
And neither
This
does
isn't my cousin, by the way.
the Grail anymore.
What's a grail?
The Holy Grail, sir.
Oh. This is Lucius, by the way. He's a squire. He's not a knight, even though he pretends sometimes.
Wow. And you're, Lucius, you're Roman Christian, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll give you this too. You know that the Grail is something, it's a distinguishing note between the British Christians and the Roman Christians. The Roman Christians don't, okay, Roman Christians know the Grail from the stories that we know currently in the Bible. The British Christians seem to believe that Joseph of Arimathea managed to somehow end up on Britain at one point with the Holy Grail, and that it now belongs here, which I think most Roman Christians would probably roll their eyes at. So,
Lucius said, as he says, the Holy Grail, sir. He rolls his eyes.
okay, you can do whatever you want with that. I just want to give you like the back context behind that. So you're your own independent character.
No problem.
He says, well, we can certainly investigate the Budlands. It would be sad to know that our borders are once threatened that way. I thank you for the news. And this giant Fane, was it? Why is he not here?
The sheriff
There
recommended that he's. Oh, sorry. You can go.
I love
No,
that. I love the squire
You know what?
interrupting the knight. That's great. That's a great context.
You know what? I heard there was candy. Why don't you just take over, Lucius? All right? You speak to the king. Excuse me, king. Apparently, my betters have spoken.
Oh, wow.
Hilarious. That's funny. Cadwy just looks between the two and says, "Oh, well, betters, if that is in fact true, I would like to meet him."
Surely that shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure your sheriff can arrange this. Thane and Sir Cormac is there outside. Well, humble Pilgrim Cormac, he's on his pilgrimage right now, is out. They're both outside. Of course, with the proper security. Did I do good, Sir Blair?
He says, "Well, very well. Then let's bring him in." And the sheriff quickly protests. She says, "That's probably a good or a bad idea, my king. Like, there are many people here. We don't wish to scare." He says, "Oh, that's right. Good point. Well, let's arrange for me to go out then."
Shall I ready your horse, Sir Betters?
No, you don't have to do that, Sir Gwydir. I thank you for your service, nonetheless.
Gets up and pats.
Test
Like,
pride.
love you.
Test pride, sir.
yeah, that's fair. Test pride.
From now on, you are coming on every adventure me and Gwydir have.
Yeah.
They're better.
You're not the knight, Lucius. I'm the knight. My horse. You don't get a horse. Horse privileges revoked. Sorry. Sorry,
Cadwy,
Cadwy. Sorry, King.
he says, "Oh, Thought you were yelling at me. I'm not a knight either.
You can ride a horse, King. You can ride my horse if you like.
Can I still ride my horse?
You can't think of a single king in reference that's like Kimrick and not a knight in recent history either. Seems strange. The other thing is, I think the other thing that you guys would be a little confused by is, you're like, King, isn't Summerland in Logris? Like, isn't that in Uther's kingdom? Like, why does he call himself King? Why do people call him King?
You're right. Uther's dead though, right?
Uther's dead, yeah. So you could be like, maybe it's something anarchy. Maybe it's that everyone's a king in this area. Maybe that has something to do with it. But as we get to the next point, we are going to close out with this. I'm sorry I didn't get back to Rune, Cullis, and Rain but we'll have our finale of the battle almost for sure next time. And we'll continue on the pilgrimage, which we're going to slightly fast track. We'll move to get to Glastonbury for next session. So we'll probably skip through a little bit of the travel in Summerland so it doesn't turn into a 25 episode arc or something. I hope you guys all had fun. I had some great times in each of the scenes.
Enjoyable.
Yeah. Good stuff, guys.
You got to square off against the lane.
Hey,
so
I didn't lose. That's what matters.
That's what matters. I hope one of you wins.
And we'll probably do some minor cutaways to Collis. Like, we'll give him something to do in the battle. We'll figure out what that looks like. Collis, the other thing is you could take up as one of the knights, especially if you have a knight of your family. We could have you represent in that if you wanted to participate as a player. Think about it. We'll talk before next session. All right, guys. I'm just going to raid out because we actually have a fairly decent setup here. Give me a sec. I think. Let me just confirm we got people watching.
Yeah, we have a dozen or so.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and raid 2. If I raid someone with the big numbers, that's not necessarily rude, is it?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know what even rating is, so.
Okay. I'm gonna raid to Matt Colville. We'll see. He does cool stuff.
Like that guy.
Yeah. MCDM, they're good stuff. All right, here we go.
Cool. Thanks all.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And we're just about to raid. Give me 5 seconds before we close out. Good stuff tonight, guys. Lots of laughs. I had a great time. I'm loving this crew. So we'll talk soon and see you next
Team
week.
Rune, baby. Team Rune.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Game.
Later.
Cool.
All right.